as the Drug Enforcement Agency, the DEA, begins its own investigation. We're told the DEA wants to know just how many drugs Jackson was taking, and more importantly, who is giving them to him? Who is prescribing it? With us now, criminal defense attorney Sharon Lyko and prosecutor Conrad Claus. Good to see you both. Conrad, let me begin with you. Unlawful activity, which could be illegally prescribing drugs, whether you're a doctor or not. Illegal activity resulting in death can be manslaughter, but you could probably make a pretty good case for murder, couldn't you?
Absolutely. If you illegally prescribe or dispense a drug in many states, you can be charged with murder. That's happened in Nevada, my home state, a couple times in the last year. We currently have a doctor in prison for doing exactly that.
Yeah,
for murder charges.
Sharon, part of the problem, though, may be there could have been multiple doctors here. I mean, Michael Jackson apparently was quite manipulative, and he may have been getting a wide variety of drugs from different doctors without telling them respectively what he was doing. In that case, would it be a crime?
Right. No, those are my thoughts exactly. Unless a doctor knows that he is over-medicating or over-prescribing a drug to somebody, you can't just hold him responsible by assuming that he's over-prescribing along with everybody else. If the doctors had no knowledge that he was obtaining prescriptions from someone else, you know, they're all specialists. If they're all specialists out there doing their own thing, rowing their own oars, I mean, nobody's sailing the ship. So nobody's figuring out who's giving him what and for what reason. So I think that they've got, a lot of investigation to go through, because
Conrad,
it's not just that simple.
But look, Conrad, apparently they took out bags of prescription drugs, and they didn't necessarily have the name Michael Jackson on them. Is it against the law to use a fake name or a pseudonym or put it in somebody else's name, even though the real patient is MJ?
Of course it's against the law to obtain a prescription in somebody else's name. Using a false name is a crime in every state and under federal law. However, the doctors have some responsibility as well. The DEA requires pretty detailed reporting for pharmacists and doctors, and it's nearly impossible to believe they wouldn't know. That's especially true because any competent doctor can recognize the signs of substance abuse and drug-seeking activity. So it's just simply poppycock that these doctors can say, I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
They're gonna know. The records will show it.
Sharon, I've got 40 seconds left, but the doctor who was with Jackson tried to revive him. Jackson was his only patient. Did he have a duty to know not only the medical condition if he were prescribing drugs, but all the other drugs his client was taking or patient was taking? Yeah,
I mean, but he's a cardiologist. So what is a cardiologist doing there? Because he's supposed to monitor the entire person, all that's going on. The guy has a dermatologist, a pulmonologist, a psychiatrist. I mean, everybody's out there doing their own thing.
Yeah, but Sharon,
so
I mean, this guy was hired.
Is hardly the person
it looks
that I
like
would
this
have
guy
in
was
charge.
hired to oversee his entire medical condition.
Right. So what does he know? What does he know? If he doesn't get an accurate history, if he doesn't get an honest report from Jackson,
don't you have a duty to test your patient?
Well, you have a duty to investigate, but if you don't have the information out there, if it's not being provided to you,
I think you have a duty to test your patient, to examine the test results, and if it's a panoply of drugs, you got to say, you need help, I can't give you any more drugs. That's how I look at it, as a lawyer at least. Conrad.
And you don't know what the cardiologist
I agree, Greg,
gave
completely.
Conrad, thank you very much.